Hey everyone, Jason here. Welcome to my kitchen. We're going to make beef Wellington. It's a really decadent dish. It's a little tough to make. This is my third time making it, so let's see if I have gotten any better over the years. So let's get started. So here's the star of our show. This is the beef filet. I cut this out of a whole beef tenderloin yesterday, and I have to think I did pretty good. So we're going to salt and pepper this very generously on all sides. I'm going to roll it around in the seasoning, get the ends. Next we're going to put this in a hot pan and we're going to brown the edges to get a nice color. Next we got a really hot cast iron pan. We're going to add some grapeseed oil. And we're going to take the filet. We're going to brown it up on all sides. And of course we're going to make sure we get the ends. Next we're going to add some nice yellow mustard to add another layer of flavor to our beef Wellington. Okay, now we're going to put this aside to rest and we'll get started on our mushrooms. Next we're going to start on our mushrooms. We have about 1.5 pounds of portobello mushrooms. We're going to put those in a blender to get a nice chop. We're going to chop these up along with about 3 cloves of garlic that I chopped up coarsely. And we're going to just pulse this so we can chop it up into a small paste. Now that we have our mushrooms pulsed and blended and smooth, we're going to put this in a pan with no oil. And the whole idea is this is to get the moisture out. As you can see, it's gotten pretty dry. There was a lot of water in mushrooms, so you want to make sure you cook out as much as possible, otherwise you're going to have a much more soggy beef tenderloin. So I'm just going to finish this off, and I'm going to put it on a plate to cool, and then we'll get started on the next step. So next thing we're going to do, you can't see it very well, but we have plastic wrap laid down. And we're going to lay down a layer of prosciutto. And we're going to lay that out in layers, kind of like shingles. Alright, now that we have our prosciutto down, and it was very, very paper thin, which maybe it always is, so we're going to put our mushroom mix right on top. Okay, now we have our mushroom mix pretty well spread out. Now we're going to take our tenderloin and we're going to roll it on there. Okay, we put that right towards the middle. We're going to take our wrap and we're going to carefully roll this up. Tuck it in. I'm going to use the wrap to help us make this nice and tight. So we're going to pinch the ends and roll that, and that's going to help form it into a nice uniform piece. And we're going to let that chill. I'm going to put it in the fridge for a little bit to help it form. We're going to get started with our pastry dough, and we're going to roll that out. And then in the meantime, we're going to preheat our oven to 425. Alright, we have our puff pastry laid down. Just bought this bought puff pastry ready made. If you want to make it ahead of time, knock yourself out. I'm not going to. I have 3 egg yolks beaten, and we're going to brush this after we're done unrolling. So we have our meat and in the package here, and we're going to unroll this and we're going to put it on top of the pastry. There we go. It worked pretty well. So we're going to take the pastry up. We use the cling wrap again. I'm going to just wrap that like so. And we're going to take this knife and we're going to cut this excess. And we're going to fold in the ends. We're going to take our cling wrap and we're going to use it again to roll this up tight. Okay, there we go. We're going to let that sit and form for just a little bit. And we're going to unwrap it, put on our egg yolk, and then we'll get it ready for the oven. Okay, we've put it into a glass pan and we're going to brush it with our egg yolk. And since we've taken all this time, we're going to put a little design on this so it looks fancy, just like it should. So I'm going to take the back of a knife and just score it, and then just freehand a design. There, it looks like a leaf. A tasty leaf. Alright, we're going to put this in the oven. We're going to go for 40 minutes, and then at 425 Fahrenheit. Then we're going to check it with a meat thermometer just to see where we're at. Thanks. Alright, so here we go. It was in the oven for about 50 minutes. Check the temperature and it's about 140 in the inside, so depending on how well or rare you like it done, you'll have to adjust. So here it is. It's pretty. I'm starving, so I'm going to go ahead and use a serrated knife, and we're going to. Here we go. Oh, look at that. That looks amazing. Oh, I can't wait. So I'm going to cut this into thick pieces, and we're going to sit down as a family and we're going to give it a try. Alright, Trevor and Riley are going to try out Beef Wellington. You guys eat better than most anyone in the world, I swear.
Good.
Like it?
It's very, very good.
Okay, thank you boys. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe.